What is up, everyone? It is Mr. M, and I am back today with a new video. I didn't mean for it to take this long between videos. I was supposed to do an unboxing of the Metalhead box, but DHL has been fucking shit up, so I haven't got mine yet. And if it takes much longer, I'm probably not even going to do an unboxing of the Metalhead box just because it will be so late into the month that I'm sure, we're already going to be hyped up for the next one. So I got a collection update for this video because I've been collecting a lot of stuff for the last 3 to 4 weeks that I haven't made a video, and even before then, just stuff that I planned on making videos for but never got around to. Today was record store day, so I got a few records that were exclusives for record store day, and while I was there I also picked up a bunch of other shit. I didn't just go for the exclusive stuff, and some other stuff as well. For this video I got one tape, maybe a CD, and then some vinyl that I'm going to show off. The CD is it's a CD copy of one of the records I'm going to show, and there's something different in it from the vinyl that would lead me to show it, but I guess it depends on how I feel when I get around to it. So first off, I'm going to start with a demo that has hardly left my tape deck since I got it. This is Evoker with the 2018 demo. Evoker is from Australia. This is a 4-song demo, 2 songs on each side, and they play some blisteringly fast blackened thrash, blackened speed, however you'd like to call it. Those are the 4 songs. Every single song is just a banger. I hate that I have to flip it over because it interrupts the flow of the tape, but it's whatever, I guess. But yeah, this thing is just filled with some of the best thrashing riffs that are holy fuck, that glare is bad. Some of the best thrashing riffs that have come out in the last couple of years. If you've heard of the band Wraith, which if you've been around my channel for a few months now, in particular if you've watched my year-end list last year, Wraith made it into the top 10. They're the best comparison for this, and definitely check it out. Other comparisons are early Toxic Holocaust and Bewitcher. Bewitcher not so much, especially vocally, but yes, if you like black and thrash, black and speed, whatever, give this a listen. This is a band that's definitely going to be they're going to be a band to watch over the next year or so, because if they're putting the type of high quality shit that they put on that demo, I can't wait to see what a full-length album is going to end up being like. Next up is a 7-inch. This is Beartooth with B-sides. And Beartooth is a post-hardcore, metalcore type band. They've been around since about 2012. They put out an album in November, I believe it was called Disease, or The Disease or something like that. And the 2 songs on here, Takeover and Messed Up, were B-sides from that. And it's just on black vinyl here. But there's also an etching on the B-side, fitting that it's the letter B on the B-side. But Beartooth was formed from former members of the post-hardcore electronic core band Attack Attack. Most notably their vocalist Caleb Shomo, and I believe Disease was their 3rd album. And this first song, Takeover, is what you'd expect from a post-hardcore band. It's very aggressive, filled with riffs. I'm pretty sure there's a breakdown. I've only listened to this once. And then the other song, Messed Up. Here's the backside for anyone who gives a shit. The second song, Messed Up, is more of a much more mellower song. It's still pretty fast, but if you compare it to Takeover, it is much more slowed down, much more mellow than what the first song was. And next up, Another Record Store Day exclusive. This is Green Day live at Woodstock in 1994. There have been videos of this show floating around to YouTube probably since YouTube became a thing. Basically what they did for the artwork for this was they took the Dookie cover, both front and back, put duct tape on it. There's a set list, threw some mud on it, and called it good. And there's nothing really special about this record. It doesn't come with any inserts, no printed inner sleeves. For anyone who cares, there's what the center label looks like. It's just black vinyl. I'm sure just like everything else Record Store Day released, it's limited to some amount of copies. But the actual show itself, there's 9 songs, and it had been raining like the entire festival, and it had stopped. And then during the middle of their set, it started raining again. And people started throwing mud on stage, which is, that's why there's mud on the center labels on the front and back covers. And during the final song, Paper Lanterns, while the bassist Mike and the drummer Trey kept playing, their singer and guitarist Billy Joe Armstrong, his guitar, it sounded like it's shorting out, which I wouldn't be surprised if it was. But he ended up putting his guitar down after it was doing that towards the end of the song. And then he started throwing the mud back at the crowd. And that actually led more people to start throwing mud back on stage. And then there was actually a couple quotes in there where it kind of pissed some people off. One of them was, "I will not become a mud hippie." And then the other one is, "This isn't public peace, this is fucking anarchy." And it didn't cause a lot of controversy, but I know for some people at Woodstock, it did piss them off. Fucking thing's damaged. Reprise Records doesn't know how to ship their shit, because the only damaged records I've ever gotten are from Reprise. But, yeah, and then also, in the middle of it, they had started playing the intro to "We're Not Gonna Take It" by Twisted Sister. And then the crowd just took it from there. And then Green Day's set basically ends when Billy Joe says, "If you say shut the fuck up, we'll stop playing." And then he does a count to 4, and then everyone says shut the fuck up. And they're like, "Okay, bye." And then the final track, I guess, that one there, Shit Show. I think it was the stage manager or something like that. He came on, he was going to get someone from some charity. I can't remember exactly what charity. It was a rainforest charity or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. But he was going to bring them on stage, and he was getting pissed off at people throwing the mud on stage. He was telling them that they should stop so they can clean up the stage. The next band can come on, if the next band even did come on. And so he could bring out the head of this charity, and he could talk about what they do. Next up is another one of my favorite bands, My Chemical Romance. The Black Parade is Dead. And again, we're released on Reprise Records. I don't know how well you can see it, but this corner and this corner, you'll be able to see that corner a lot better. It's damaged as well. And fucking Reprise doesn't know how to ship their shit. Gatefold, double LP. The Black Parade is Dead is a live show that My Chemical Romance did in Mexico in October of 2007. They played the Black Parade, the album, in its entirety, and they basically proclaimed that the Black Parade is dead at that show. And the center labels on this, I think, are pretty neat. It's the same for all 4. It's like a sugar skull that you see around Day of the Dead. And given that this was recorded at the beginning of October, Day of the Dead wasn't too far off. And then it came with a insert. I have the DVD of this. They put on an incredible live show. It's a shame they're not together anymore, and I can't see them live. And then My Chemical Romance being as over the top as they can be, there is a certificate of death of them effectively killing off the Black Parade. And then down there, they didn't actually sign this. They when it was first released, it was just they signed one piece of paper, or their signatures were auto-generated, and then it was just printed out like that. They didn't sit down and sign everything. But yeah, this is first time on vinyl. I'm very happy to have this, and the entire live set is on the first 3 sides, and then on side 4 you have 3 songs, which are all B-sides from the Black Parade, and they are all great. You know, it's just kind of a shame that they didn't make the final cut, but once you follow the narrative of the Black Parade, it kind of makes sense as to why they didn't actually make it. Next up, last Record Store Day release, most over-the-top Record Store Day release. This is South Park. Bigger, longer, and uncut. And I'm going to have to change my camera angle to show this really well. It's got a 3D lenticular cover, and here's the back. It's in this massive book form, and for you it's going to be less than a second, but for me it's going to be a couple of minutes. I am going to move the camera so I can show you how this is. Alright, so here we are. Like I said, 3D lenticular cover. Not going to see it that well in the video. This was limited to 5,000 copies, and 2,500, the first 2,500 are Kenny and Cartman vinyl, red, orange, which is what I got. And then the other 2,500 are green and blue, Kyle and Stan. And the nice thing about this is it comes in these nice plastic sleeves, so you don't have to touch the record at all. And then the cool part about this thing was expensive as fuck, by the way. The cool thing about it is when you open this up, you get a nice pop out of Terrence and Phillip. Excuse me. And yeah, it looks really fucking cool. And then the second LP just slides in here. And then there's also, if I can get this back in, I'll fuck with it later. There's also a 28-page booklet, which sits right up here. And in here, close this up really quick. In here, you have the cover that is not lenticular, and it's got pictures from the movie, lyrics, and then there's also like the little side notes from Trey and Matt, the creators of South Park. And they talk about some pretty interesting stuff. They talk about how they thought they were done after this movie in season 2. But obviously not, because to my knowledge, South Park is still going strong. So yeah, that is this one. This one was about $80, and as you saw, you can probably imagine why it was $80. But yeah, it was definitely well worth the money. Definitely the most expensive thing I had bought at Record Store Day. As for the songs on here, you got the opening piece, Mountain Town, It's Easy, okay. I haven't watched this movie in so long that I forgot there's different versions of some songs. Like there's Uncle Fucka, that's how it's fucking spelt, with an A instead of an ER. And then there's also Shut Your Face, Uncle Fucka. That's a different song from the first one. And then there's Kyle's Mom's a Bitch, and then Kyle's Mom's a Big Fat Bitch. And that second one features Kid Rock. And then you got Eyes of a Child, I'm Super, a reprise version of Mountain Town. And then the closing song, Oh Canada, which features Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson from Rush on it, which was pretty cool. But yeah, this is definitely one of the best releases I've ever gotten. One of the best ones in my collection. All it is, it's the soundtrack with a bunch of extra shit put into it in this massive book form. And it was definitely well worth the money that I had spent. And I think I'm probably gonna close the video off there. I didn't get to everything I wanted to talk to, but I talked so much about the stuff that I got. You know, I'm not gonna make this video any longer since it's already pretty long, but it's also not gonna be 3 weeks until my next video. So I'll get to it in the next couple days or so. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that. And I will catch you in the next video.